Hi, hello students. Welcome to the heat transfer lab. Today we are going to discuss about the experiment number 3. It is a forced convection apparatus. The aim of the experiment is to find the heat transfer coefficient in the given forced convection apparatus. So before dealing with this, what is the forced convection? Forced convection is nothing but for any surfaces. Suppose if this is the pink color, if you consider this is a hot plate, okay, this is a hot plate. So I want to cool down this surface. What I am going to do is I introduce some external agency like fan or blower to increase the rate of cooling. Means faster rate it should be cooled down. For similar way, for the same plate, you are not doing anything, using any external agency. Simply you kept it over or atmospheric temperature, even though it is cooled, but very lower rate of cooling. So not faster rate. So that is called free convection. So if you are adding some fan or blower onto it, so it increases the faster rate of cooling. So that's what we are using the forced convection by using the apparatus, any blower, fan you are using. So if it is you are using, so what will be the heat transfer coefficient for the given apparatus? Okay, so forced apparatus is the forced convection apparatus. Okay, it is consist of centrifugal blower, electrically heated test section, control valve to regulate the airflow rate and orifice, and U2 water manometer of flow measurement, and thermocouple are used to measure the pipe wall temperature and air temperature. Okay, so the setup is already I have shown. The test section is horizontal pipe heated by many fiberglasses introduced ducted flexible coils. 2 layers of insulation of asbestos and plasters of Paris are given on the pipes. 6 thermocouples are embedded on the pipe surfaces that gives the temperature readings. Okay, so 2 more thermocouples are used to measure the inlet and outer temperature of the air, and multi-channel temperature display unit and selector which are provided for reading the various temperatures. Okay, let us see the specification. What is the specification of that forced convection? So thermocouple on the pipe surface is given. There are 6 thermocouples, and second one is thermocouple at the inlet. They are given, that is number 7, and thermocouple at the outlet is given, that is 8 thermocouple. Okay, an accumulator is mounted on the pipe surface, and a single phase motor of blower is used for 1 HP, and voltmeter ranging from 0 to 300 volts, and ammeter reading is 0 to 3 amps, and diameter of the pipe is 3.6 centimeter, and length of the test section is 40 centimeter, and diameter of the orifice is 1.4 centimeter, and CD for the discharge of orifice is considered for 0.65. So these are all specified by the designer of that equipment. Okay, so little bit I already explained about the theory concept behind the forced convection. So whenever the fluid is with certain free stream temperature is contact with solid surface at a higher temperature, so heat flux from the surface to the fluid is proportional to the temperature difference between the surface. So you know that according to Newton's law of cooling, that is Q is equal to HA delta T. That is what he is explaining. And fluid properties like velocity and shape of the contact area, so all parameters it will be considered for the rate of heat transfer. So bulk mean temperature of the air we have to consider. So TBM is equal to Ti plus TO. It means inlet temperature and outer temperature. You take that average, that is by 2, so you get the value, that is T7 and T8. Okay, results inlet and outlet temperature, and Ti is the inlet temperature of the air, TO is outlet. And if you want to calculate the density of the air by using that equation, that is PA divided by R into TBM plus 273 kg per meter cube. Here you have observed that that is 273 they have used because it should be absolute temperature, and discharge of the air also we can use by taking the coefficient of discharge A1, A2 and square root of 2GHA, and where H is the height of the manometer reading, and A1 and A2, that is the area of the pipe and orifice respectively. Okay, so next height also we can calculate, and mass of the flow rate air, mass of the air is given, and rate of heat transfer to the air is Q is equal to mCp delta T, that is T0 minus Ti. You will get the heat transfer rate of the air, and now you want to calculate heat transfer coefficient, one that is H. So already I told Q is equal to HA delta T, but in this case we are going to find out H value, that is Q divided by A into Ts minus Tpm. So where A is the area of the test section, that is pi dl. Okay. So procedure, how to conduct this experiment. Okay, first one, after the making sure all the thermostat is set to be 0 volts. Okay, make it 0 for the volts and switch on the main. Once you switch on the main and start the blower and regulate the airflow with the help of control valve, so that water manometer shows a necessary level difference. Adjust the thermostat and provide voltage ranging from 100 to 120, okay, to the heat in the coil. Once the coil is heated up, by using the temperature selector, switch down the readings of thermocouple readings from T1 to T8 for at every time interval of 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so record these readings until you get the steady state is reached, and after reducing power to 0, switch off the mains and perform this calculating using steady state conditions. So this is the tabular column and observation. In observation, you have to consider volt and current readings, that will be the heat input, and these are all temperature readings from T1 to T8. So for every time interval of T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8 for every 10 minutes. Okay, until you will get the steady state condition. This is the calculation part. So here this formula you are using, and substitute the values and get this appropriate answers. Okay, so here Q you got it, and once we call Q got and substitute Q divided by A into Ts minus Tbm, we will get the heat transfer coefficient for the forced convection. Hope you guys followed this experiment. So let us will demonstrate or conduct the experiment in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Hello students, welcome to the heat transfer lab. Today we are going to conduct the experiment on forced convection. Okay, so already you know, before that conducting experiment, you must understand what is meant by convection. The convection is nothing but, this convection is nothing but to reduce the increasing the rate of cooling by using natural as well as forced convection. Here in this experiment we are using forced convection by means of blower to take the heat away from the rod to outside. Okay, now before conducting the experiment, you understand what are the elements are arranged in this equipment. Here these are voltmeter and ammeter readings, and these are all temperature readings from T1 to T8, and this is the main switch, and this is the thermostat. And here the arrangement of this some insulating material is wounded on this rod, and these are all the thermocouple wires which are connected at the inside the rod, where it is heat is going to be taken to measure the temperature of that rod. Okay, so here you can observe the 1, 2, 3 at various points at very different location. Thermocouples are connected to measure the temperature that can be taken from this by operating this knob to get the temperature. And here manometer will be there to measure the pressure of the air. Okay, so this is manometer and this is a blower. Okay, let us will start the equipment experiment. Okay, we have to switch on this equipment for 5 to 10 minutes before that, because the rod should get heated up, then only we can start. So already we have heated up this rod, and we will start the experiment. Okay, first what we have to do, we have to main the on here and switch on the blower, and before that you have to give heat input to this. So by operating thermostat, here setting this voltmeter, that is around 100 and 110. So corresponding that ammeter will be getting the readings. Okay, so ammeter reading. So the voltage and current, it gives an heat input to this rod. Okay, so now we'll start on the blower. See, here we are observing the blower, the heat is taken away from the outside to the air. So the various point of location of the heat rod, the heat will be taken out of the atmosphere by taking this blower operation. Okay, so now we have to take this, wait for another 5 minutes. So then we can find out what is the rate of heat transfer and the heat transfer coefficient. Okay, H we are going to find out. Okay, T1 29. I stop the blower for to get this reading value. So T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7. Okay, so these are the temperature readings how we are going to take down. Okay, once we get the readings, we have to substitute in the equation. So here in the manual they are given here is the observation and tabular column. In observation table we have to find observe that the voltage and current readings, and in the tabular column at every instant of time we have to find out note down the temperature readings. Once we get the steady state, then we have to taken out for the calculations. So here the formulas. Okay, here are the formulas. So finally heat transfer coefficient we have to find out, H. So what is the rate of heat transfer coefficient, that we are going to find out. That is H is equal to Q divided by A into Ts minus T ambient. Okay, this is how we are going to find out. The unit of heat transfer coefficient is watt per meter square Kelvin. Okay, once it is done, everything experiment is over, we have to keep it dimmer stat 0 and main switch off, and blower already it is off, and main switch off also it off. Thanks for watching this video. So welcome to the heat transfer lab. Now we are going to discuss the calculation part of forced convection apparatus. So here we are going to calculate, the aim of the experiment is to determine the heat transfer coefficient through forced convection, that we are going to find out. So the observation is the ammeter reading and voltmeter reading are given. So that is 80 volts, corresponding 80 volts, 0.6 amps will be there by using dimmer stat operation. Okay, so next tabular column. So there are T1 to T8 temperatures are there. So with the time lapse of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes and 25 minutes. Here the readings I will read out for the fourth reading, that is the 25th minute. So what are the readings? We'll check it out. So first T1 is 41, 52, 53, 52, 52, 32, 32 and 35. So these are the temperatures we got during the conduction of experiment. Next, calculation part. First we have to calculate mean steady state temperatures, that is Ts is equals to T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5 plus T6 divided by 6. We will get T5 Ts temperature, that is surface temperature, is 49.33 degree centigrade. Next we have to calculate bulk mean temperature, that is TBM, T7 plus T8 divided by 2, that is 32 plus 25 divided by 2, so it becomes 33.5 degree centigrade. Next we have to calculate density of the air, that is PA divided by RA into TBM plus 273. The density of the air is equals to 101.3 into 10 power of 3 divided by R is gas air constant, here that is 287 joules per kg Kelvin, and 33.5 plus 273, that is the bulk mean temperature. So finally we got density of the air is 1.1349 kg per meter cube. So once if we got density of the air, we can calculate the discharge of the air. To calculate discharge of the air, we need A1 and A2. What are those A1 and A2? So A1 is the area of the pipe and A2 is the area of the orifice. So area of the pipe we can calculate by using formula pi by 4 d1 square you will get around A1 is 1.077 into 10 power of minus 3 meter square, and second area 2, that is area of the orifice, you will get pi by 4 d2 square, that is 7.539 into 10 power of minus 4 meter square, and coefficient of discharge, that is CD, it is given the specification, that is 0.65. So now you substitute these values in the equation, you will get, that is 4.83 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube per second. This is the discharge, where mass flow rate of the air also we can find out. Once if you know the discharge of the air, you can calculate the mass of the air. So mass of the air can calculate it by using a formula, that is density of the air and discharge of the air. Okay, that is mass of the air, that is 1.15 into 4.83 into 10 to the power of minus 3, you will get mass of the air is 5.85 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg per second. Next, area of the duct, that is pi dl, sorry, area of the rod, so that is pi dl, pi into 0.036 into 0.4, so you will get area is 0.0452 meter square. So now we can calculate Q. The Q is MACP delta T. Here delta T is T8 minus T7. So you can calculate Q by substituting the values of MA and CP. You will get Q is equal to 5.55 to 10 to the power of minus 3 into 1.005 into 35 minus 32. You will get finally Q is 0.016733 kilowatts. Once if you get Q, we can calculate easily, that is the heat transfer coefficient by according to Newton's law of cooling. Okay, so H is equal to Q divided by A into Ts minus Tbm. So Q already found out, already you found that value 16.73 divided by 0.0452 into 49.33 minus 33.5. So this value you have to substitute, and you will simplify this equation. You will get H is equal to 23.38 watt per meter square Kelvin. So the result is the heat transfer coefficient for the forced convection was found to be 22.38 watt per meter square Kelvin. Okay.